this should bring us to 57. And then we are going to have to get 3 more skill points somewhere to get to 60. So let's see, maybe by chance we can get a couple sprouts. Elm tree, everything's an elm tree. That's the pine tree. Let's go ahead and plant this pine tree. There's some more pine trees over here. Just gotta be careful when wandering out here in the regular forest. There tend to be wolves out here. They like to attack. There's a pine tree. We'll go ahead and plant that pine tree real quick. Get a sprout from here. It's not gonna give us 60, but when we plant it, we'll be at 60. And then we can finally use our saw. Go ahead and plant this. There we are, 60. Now we need to go back over to our campsite. Let's go ahead and move this over to where our shovel is. Now we have our saw on, and all the wood that we just cut down, we can now finally use our saw. Create some billets as well as some wood, and we should be good. Alright, so we're here. Oh. Now the last thing that we need to do is we need to get our logging up. So we need to cut down one more tree, which shouldn't be an issue. Let's find a tree that we can actually cut down. We cut down this little one. It's okay, it's just giving us a small point. There's our logging. We're at 30 logging, which means now we have unlocked carpentry. So at the beginning of this tutorial, I got branches, which then allowed us to create an axe. We needed one branch for the axe, one flintstone for the axe, and 2 wild plant fibers for the axe. So when creating the axe, we were able to cut down trees. That showed us that we could cut down trees. Then we created a saw, so then we can do something with them trees that we cut down. Well, the problem was that we cannot use the saw on these logs without getting 30 logging, which we could not go to 30 logging because our forestry needed to be level 60. So all of these skills, they work off of each other. So to get 30 logging, we needed 60 forestry. So then we can have carpentry skill, which would allow us to use our saw. So to get there, we had to create a shovel. The shovel cost 1 branch, 1 flintstone, and 1 wild plant fiber. So the shovel was used so we can get spruce and pine saplings, or sprouts, and plant them. Well, the planting them allowed us to get forestry up, which once we got our forestry to 60, then we could finish on to our logging to 30. So we've created 3 tools so far: our axe, our saw, and our shovel. So now that we have that done, we can actually see what the saw can do. The saw can create billets, boards, and building logs. We created a campfire over here, and if you turn these logs into billets, you can take the billets like lumber, like just firewood, and you can put them in your campfire, and that will give you a. You can also use branches, but billets actually give you a longer duration on. Billets give you a longer duration on your campfire. You can only put a max of 5 billets in a campfire. So now we will saw down the billets, and we'll place them in our campfire and see how good we can actually, how good our fire is. And the quality of our billets, these ones are 52 and these ones are 2. So I'm assuming that these will last longer than these. We're actually getting quite a bit of billets out of this one log. That's good. So far, 10 pieces. That's awesome. Which, if you look down in the right-hand corner, by sawing, that actually is raising our carpentry. They say you can get 1 to 100 billets out of a log, depending on quality. So I'm assuming because our quality is 52, we could probably get about 52 billets. We will definitely find out, which we can't right now because we are overburdened. So let's go ahead and add some fuel. Let's split these. We want to put 5. Here's the 5. We'll put them in here. Lights on, and now we have a fire. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now we have our billets. Let's see what that did to them. It brought down the quality to 39. That's fine. We needed to stack them anyway. So we have a campfire. Now let's work on our third tool. Our third tool will be, we have a saw, and we know the saw allows us to create billets out of our logs and create lumber and create building logs out of these logs. We have a shovel, which we know allows us to dig to put spruce in the ground or to put sprouts in the ground to plant trees. It also allows us to dig holes and allows us to take dirt that we have in our bag and move it over somewhere else, drop it. And we have an axe, which allows us to cut down our trees. So let's create a pickaxe. We'll create a pickaxe and figure out what we can do with it. We need 1 branch. We have 6 of them. We need 1 flintstone and 3 wild plant fiber. So we need to get flintstone and wild plant fire, or plant fiber. So here we can go and get flint.